Hey guys, Matt here from Inkbird. Going to do a product review. This was sent to me from Inkbird. Thank you, Inkbird, for sending me this to try it out and review it. This is their wireless barbecue thermometer. It's listed on Amazon under Grill Bliss, GB12. So there you go. And it's supposed to be IP67 rating, so it's dust proof, waterproof. You can stick it in the grill, you can stick it in the oven. Also, because this is a brewing channel, I'm going to try it in my next brew. I'm going to stick it in the mash and see how that goes. But today we're doing some grilling, so I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to try this out. So let's see what we got. Let's break into it. All right. I'll get a nice, actually a pretty decent sized user manual there. We'll take a look at that in a second. It's got a warning here. It says, do not use boiling water for testing. If the thermometer needs to be calibrated, use a mixture of ice and water with 70% ice cubes for testing. So put that right on the top. And it looks like we have a nice little tray in here. This looks to be a docking station for charging, I'm assuming. So there you go. Yeah, so we got two probes, a short one and a longer one for different applications. Looks like it comes with a wire to charge it to USB-C. I don't know if this thing is already pre-charged or not, but it does actually magnetic. That's pretty nice. So I can actually stick this right on the side of my, well, maybe not the stainless steel, but it does stick right to the, oh yeah, sticks right to the side of the grill. All right, and it looks like it also has a nice little kickstand on the back. How many fingernails? So I'm just gonna use a coin. But yeah, it's got a little kickstand on the back, so you can sort of prop it up if you wanted to. And again, it's also magnetic, so that works out good. Let's go ahead and turn this on. There we go. All right, let's get a close-up on this and we'll go through some of the features. Okay, so we got a little bit of a closer look here. You can see the display and everything looks to be fully charged. I haven't plugged anything in with this, it's just straight out of the box. So it looks like we're seeing some battery indicators here for the probes and for the unit up top here, and the sound is on. Gives you the color-coded white and black so you can see which is which. And it looks like when you take them out is when it starts to read the temperature for the probe. So you've got probe temperature, and then you have ambient temperature for each one. And then when they're in here, they're charging. So that's pretty nice. So dock that again. All right, you can see back in the charging mode again. In the book, it does come with a QR code here for you to scan for the app. So since I'm using my phone to record this, I'm going to use my tablet that I've been using for my brewing videos. So we'll download it onto this and we will be right back. Okay, let's just move this to the side for a second. So it comes with this app called Roast Track, it looks like, is what gets installed. So I'm check for the permissions. Let's see if I can get this camera a little better angled so you guys can see what's going on here. All right, so we're going to confirm the settings on this. I'm going to allow it to connect. It doesn't have a device on here currently, so we're going to have to go ahead and add a device. It's going to scan for one. It does show you down here. There's the device there, so we'll select that, confirm it. There we go. Okay, and then we have to register, it looks like, so we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start connecting. And there's our device. It says it's online. Alright, we're going to connect to Wi-Fi. Here it is, it's online. And you can see it gives you the same information that it's giving on this, just showing you white and black for charging. And then here's a graph, I'm assuming, for the temperature. So we're going to go ahead and get this attached inside the grill, and then we'll see what kind of information we get on here. All right, coming over here to the Traeger now. I was smoking the food for a few minutes. Now I'm getting ready to crank up the heat to actually cook it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these probes in here. We got the black and the white. So the white one, I think I'm gonna throw that into the salmon, just because it's a little bit thinner. And then I'm gonna stick this one here in the steak. All right, close this up. Okay, so you can see what's going on here in the app now. It's coinciding with what we're seeing on the base. You can see that the white is set to 88 currently, black is 81, so the black with the steak and the white I have the salmon. So they're still coming up the temperature. Of course, I was smoking them and now I am gonna start cooking. So we'll check back in on this after a while and see if these temperatures rise. But here's the ambient temperature inside the smoker. You can see it's already rising up to the temperature that is currently going on in there. Looking at it right now, and the probe that's in the Traeger itself, part of the Traeger says it's 200, so these numbers are starting to balance out. So on the app itself, you can see the same kind of data. You got the white up here, you got the black here. I didn't set anything up in this just yet. Figured we would go through this together. It looks like it plots off a nice graph for you, and you can click on it and check different data points for each probe and the ambient temperature. Let's click on the white. So you can see the white, its current temperature. It doesn't have a target set right now. We can set one, so let's do a setup. That's actually salmon, so we're gonna click on fish. It says 145 for fish. So we'll do start cooking. And there you go, and it kind of will give you an idea. I assume we could set alarms on this too. Let's see. Yeah, there's an alarm button right there on the bottom. And we already picked the food. There we go. So this is a timer. I'm learning this as we go. So we got the timer there. We can set for how long you want to count for. Put some comments in there if you want. Start the timer. And this button here looks like it is a history. We'll gather any data from our cooks. And there's also a trend chart. Now, obviously there's not a lot of data in this yet because I'm just starting to cook. So we will dive back into this again when we're done, I think, and see where everything landed. So let's go back and set the black one. That's not set up to anything currently. So we're gonna set this. This is the steak. And it's beef. So it says for 160 for that one. Now we're looking at this. Now my wife loves her steak to be well done, so it does have a well done option. You can make it rare, 120. Looks like medium well is 150. You got medium rare, medium, very rare, well done. So we'll do the well done. Early warning. And it looks like this is going to let us know when we're getting close to that temperature. We can set that up and alarm us. So we're going to set this to 9 degrees. We'll see what that happens with that. Start cooking. All right, so we have the current temperature, the target, and the ambient temperature that is reading outside of that. And then here again is the overall view. So we're going to come back here in a few minutes once these have cooked for a little while, and we'll take a look at the data again. All right, so you can see the fish is done. So it's showing us here 145, it's blinking, and over here it's letting us know that we're at the well done temperature for the fish. So here in a couple minutes I'll probably take that off, but the steak still has a little ways to go. Probably could have timed this a little bit better, but at least I wanted to show you guys that feature. Okay, and I wanted to show you guys this. So I switched the white probe over from the fish because it's done. I'm getting ready to pull that off. And I switched it over to the chicken. The chicken was frozen when it went in there, so it's a little behind the steak. But you can see that when I switched this over, I did select chicken, so it's showing us now a picture of the chicken, showing the internal temperature, the target, and of course we're going for well done, so we're trying to get to 165. And over here on the, you can see the same information here with the timer if you want to set the timer. Here's the history. You can see that the history is now showing the fish from before. So it knows that there was fish on there before. You can see your trend information there of how long it maybe took you to get from when you started to when you finished. So that's kind of nice. So if you're trying to plan ahead, you can you can use this. It's telling me that it took me 13 minutes and 41 seconds to get from when I started, which was, looks like I started at 95 degrees, all the way up to 145. So it's really neat to get that kind of data. And then you can share the information on social media. You can restart and do this again. And what's nice with all of this, now that it's showing that as a history, it knows that that was a separate event, separate cooking. And when we come back to the beginning, this new blue line here is for the new white probe information. So this is now the chicken. You can see that we started it here, and you can kind of get an idea of, if you want to plan everything out, you can, start your probes when you need them based on everything else that might be cooking. So that's pretty cool. Looks like the steak's getting close to being done, so that once that hits that, we'll see the alarm for that. And also, we're keeping track of everything here on the unit itself, so you don't really need to use the app if you don't want to. Everything is showing right here on the display, and you can actually cycle through it. So these are the current temperatures, and if you push down this orange button here, you can see the targets. So you can kind of toggle back and forth as needed. While we're waiting for that steak to be done here, let's go through and check out some of the other options that are in here. So you got some settings here. It gives you some battery power information, whether or not it's connected to the Bluetooth for the devices. Oh, and look at that. We're actually done. So in cooking, let's go back just for a second. So you can see that the steak did hit the 160. That's why it was letting us know. But just finishing up here in the settings, you can change your temperature units. You can give it a name if you want to, set your brightness, the volume of the devices in here, and you got some other options in here if you want to put it to sleep. There's like a dark mode here, which I actually probably prefer. So you got plenty of options here to kind of mess around and set it up the way you like. So I think I'm going to roll with the dark mode from now on. I actually like that a little better. The chicken's well on its way. Alright, so the steak is definitely done, so we're going to go ahead and pull that off now. And the fish, of course. Chicken is almost there. But I just wanted to show you guys the finished product here. And yeah, about time to eat. Alright, so it's starting to get dark out there, so I'm going to wrap this up while I'm waiting for the chicken to finish up. I just want to say thanks again to Inkbird for sending me this to test it out. This is a really, really cool unit. Very accurate. I actually was testing the off-camera testing the temperature probes against my other Inkbird thermo probe that I have, and yeah, everything's pretty spot on. This is really cool to have all this extra data that you can take a look at along the way and time things out. You can plan your meals accordingly. In my case, where I was making chicken, beef, and fish at the same time, each thing can start at different times because they're all obviously not all going to cook at the same rate. So something like this is very useful for that. And it's very nice to be able to just sort of walk away and see exactly what's going on without having to disturb the Traeger. So thanks again, Inkbird, for that. So I really enjoy all my Inkbird equipment. I use it all over the place in the brewery, and they've sent me a couple things along the way, and I've used and still use a lot of that equipment. I have their Inkbird temperature probe that I use, the remote one that I use throughout the kettles. I have the temperature controllers for both my ferment chamber over there, and also for my chest freezer that I use for controlling the temperature for the hops. So excellent equipment, love every piece that they have. Look forward to the next thing that they offer for us here in the homebrewing community. Obviously, don't need to just use it for homebrewing. Works great for brewing or for barbecuing as well. All right, well, I'm going to close this out. Hope everyone has a good night, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheers.